What's up, Ebike fans? In this video, we're finally going to get a chance to see the bike I've been waiting for so long. The Magicycle step-through cruiser finally came in, and it is everything I thought it would be. I am so excited to go ahead and share that they came through in a big way. Originally, I had actually talked about this bike being $9.99 on promotion, and that was the best value of 2021 of any bike that I could tell on paper. And it has finally come in, and at this time, they are still selling the bike at a phenomenal price at $13.99, plus you get $100 off if you use the code Chris100. Now I don't know how long they're going to be able to hold this price on or keep that promo code available, but at $12.99 this is still the best bike value for 2021 for a 750 watt fat tire bike, a full-size bike. And I'm only 5'5", and it fits me okay. I can ride this. I love it. It fits and feels really good. Has every bit of power that you can expect out of a 750 watt with a 52 volt battery combination in there. The combination, I mean, this bike, you're going to see it in, this is just the one of multiple review videos I'm going to do on this bike. The first reason is I went for a test ride just to get the bike running, to make sure everything was going to be okay. So when I did my whole filming of it, I was sure that the bike was safe for riding, because I was going to have my friends be riding along with me so I can get footage of it. And it turned out that I was having so much fun on this test ride, I decided to go ahead and just start talking. I had a camera with me. So I took this, and this is the footage that you're going to get out of this. There is enough to tell you how great this bike is. And the reason why I want to get this out really quickly is because these bikes are already selling really fast. The current model that I was riding is currently already sold out for the inventory that's in the United States. So the step through, you would have to go ahead and buy it, but you can still get it. The bikes are on the water, so in October they will be shipping it. Now they ship it from California, so if you're on the West Coast, you get the bike within a few days. The East Coast, I don't know how long it takes for FedEx to truck it across to you, but it gets there pretty quick once it's actually in here. You have to order it now though, because that first container already sold through. The second one's already coming in. They do have the full-size cruisers, the midnight blue full-size cruiser, the not step-through one. So that's available right now at that $13.99 price as well. Again, use the Chris100 code and you'll get that $100 off. This bike is awesome. Okay, so like I said, they haven't disappointed. Everything I thought it would be, it was. I'm going to mention that in the video more than a few times. You'll hear my excitement about it, and that's why I wanted to get it out right away. For those of you who are so supportive of me putting out that video and jumped on it, congratulations, you're going to get an awesome bike. By far, this is so great. So there's two things I just want to make sure that's very clear. They have limited the controller to 900 watt output. And that's very purposeful. It's because almost everybody's starting to do that. All the competitors out there for these full-size bikes, they are bringing down the wattage outputs of the controllers so that people are not burning out the motors. Now, this is a 750 watt nominal motor, like all the others that are out there that, you know, have that claim, that have higher, you know, 1100, 1300 watt peak powers. If you are to run this bike continuously at full throttle, unlocked, you will burn out your motor. It doesn't matter what brand it is. This is a name brand Shengyi motor that's in there. If you use a Bafang, same thing. Bafang has actually limited all of their motors as well, 750 and 1000 watts to, I believe, 27 miles per hour max. They're not letting it exceed anymore to go any higher than that. Even the main competitor to this bike, the Hemingway, used to hit like 30 miles an hour. And I honestly think what's happening is the motor companies are saying, look, if people are going to unlock them, they're going to void the warranty. And of course, the manufacturers are going to get a lot of heat for not abiding by the warranty, because people don't know that you cannot unlock them and just let it run at 900 watts. It is a 750 watt motor. It has to stay within the peak, you know, only to get up and going. And after that, at the nominal 750, you can run it all day long at that. So you'll see bikes now from this point moving forward, all limiting back the speed on it. Also, legally in the United States as a class 3, depending on where area you are, but federally, if a class 3 bike can go above 20 miles an hour, it is only supposed to peak out at 28. Once it exceeds 28 miles an hour, you're technically actually riding a motor vehicle that needs to be getting actually higher licensing, like either a motorcycle license or a moped license, something that's a higher motor. It's no longer considered a bicycle classification. So that's another reason why they're starting to do that. I mean, they're going to get a lot of heat if somebody starts getting too many accidents and things are happening on that way. But more than anything else is because the warranty only covers you if you're riding under normal use when the bike is still locked. And that goes for not only Magicycle, but all of the competitors that are out there that are using that. Be careful if you're unlocking your bikes and you're full throttling it over. Warranties aren't covered by that, by any of those companies. That's one thing I want to make clear, because I know a lot of people are going to say, well, these others go faster. No longer. They're not. Hemingways are not going out that fast anywhere either. They're actually limiting all the powers that are in there, because bike looks very similar to that model. Again, this does have a 52 volt battery, so which means you're going to get more torque on the front end than a lot of the other batteries that are only at 48 volts, because it is still a 750. You'll hear me even talk about how you'll see it peak out at 900 to get those starts off there. It got a lot of torque. This is a very, very great bike. It does show a lot of detail, gives my commentary. I'm excited about it. I hope you guys take a chance and jump on it. The link that I have at ebikeproducts.com/Magicycle is an affiliate link. I am an affiliate. I do get a kickback if you do use that link and do make a purchase. It doesn't cost you anything more to use it. At $13.99, you use the Chris100 code, you get it for $12.99. Again, I don't know how long they're going to keep it. That is the price at the time this video is coming out. Take advantage of it now. Supply chain issues, I'm going to be putting out other videos out. Supply chain issues are getting really bad. Bike prices have gone up across the board. This week, there have been jumps across major brands of up to $400 or $500. Even the Rad Rover jumped up an enormous for $300 or $400. So this has now become the below $1,500 market. And all the other competitors are above that now. So you take advantage of this. This is a great bike. I mean, you have everything that I talked about in the earlier review about this bike and all the specs on it. It has not disappointed. Okay, so, and it comes with a ton of accessories as well. So watch through the video. I do point out some of the accessories that came with it. I'm excited. I hope that you guys like the review, and please don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to know more about this bike. While I'm editing and the other video, let me know what you want to know about it. Maybe I can throw that in there or make a commentary about it. But thanks again for watching, and I appreciate all the support. I'll see you guys in the video. This is the first ride on the Magicycle bike. I'm just gonna hit the bike trail near my area, and already I gotta say the positioning or the way that they built this bike, it's really, really comfortable. The reach, because of the way the handlebar is designed on this, even though this is a big frame and a big bike, this is probably one of the highest riding bikes that I've been on. And you know, Magicycle was honestly, they honestly told me they thought maybe this bike might be too big for me, but I typically like to ride with full leg extension, and actually I have to probably bring the seat up a little above the minimum. So there are just some really great things about, one, this motor is not that loud, and for the tires being 26x4, these are I guess medium in the tire noise, so overall this bike is not that loud, which is really nice. Brakes are decent brakes. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, because it's a mid-step, I wouldn't say this is a step through, it's more of a mid-step. When I come to a stop, there's not a problem with me actually putting both, like right now, I have both my feet on the ground, and it is a little tight between the seat and the frame, but at least there's not a frame that's, you know, putting a lot of pressure between my legs. So that's really nice. But being that this is a bigger bike, and you know, I am only 5'5", I gotta say that this is not a bike that I'd say is too big for me at all, not at all. In fact, I find it super comfortable, which means maybe someone even at 5'4" would find it the same, but I would have to say that you would have to be someone who's comfortable with the bike in general, because it definitely has the tendency to, being as heavy as it is, that in maybe more areas that you're going to have tighter turns, more traffic in the area or something, it's not as nimble, I guess is the best way to, because of, Right, it's all of my 26 and 24 inch fat tire bikes are all the same. They're not as nimble because just the size of the bike that they are. So I'm gonna say that this is gonna be a bike that's could be for someone 5'4" and above, because like I said, I'm gonna actually raise the seat probably about a half an inch from the bottom to maybe an inch, and still that I would get my full leg extension that feels more comfortable to me. And the power on this bike, this does not lack any power whatsoever. The throttle, I have it at PS 7. I didn't realize it. This goes with the PS 7. So let me go ahead and see what we got as a top speed at PS 7. I'm going to do a turnaround here. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to pedal all the way up. Let's see what kind of so it's stopping at 20, which means it needs to be unlocked. And because I just put this bike together last night, actually we had a power outage right after that, and so the battery took a while to fully charge this morning. I did not even bother going through the settings to unlock it. But at PS 7, the speedometer says 21. It looks like it's bringing it back down, but my phone GPS says 21. I'm not sure what the overlay is telling you right now, but it has the torque to get. I'm kind of wondering how high this thing can get. I gotta go ahead and find the unlock instructions. The initial thought of this bike is it's pretty awesome. I'm glad that I took it out just to do this short ride, because I'm gonna be. I have to do. It sounds like I have to do a little bit of a brake adjustment. Not much though. That's a really easy fix. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. I gotta say, for any of you who actually jumped on this bike for $9.99 on the initial Indiegogo, you got a steal of a bike for sure. And anybody who's actually still interested in getting it, right now it's at $13.99, and that is still a great deal, because this is comparable to any $1,500, $1,600 bike that's out there. Plus, if you use the discount code CHRIS100, CHRIS100, again that's CHRIS100, you get $100 off, so you'll get this bike for $12.99. And right now, at the time that I'm making this video, they are already out of stock on the mid-step or step 2 of this model, but the blue is available, and that's a heck of a deal that you're going to get out of it. So, and that code will work for both bikes. Now, this model here that I'm riding, they do actually have the bikes on the water, which means they will be shipping out in October once it gets through customs. If it's already on the water, it should be here within 3 weeks. Getting through customs takes about 2 weeks. So yeah, you'll be seeing it about mid-October, maybe mid to late October ship outs on that. So I would highly recommend taking advantage of it, because like I said, this bike got power. It's everything I thought it would be, and probably even more. It's a lot softer riding than I actually originally thought. And I just pumped up the tires before actually hitting the road on this. So that's, like I said, this bike is already doing some great things right now. Actually, I wasn't planning to go on this further part of this ride, but let's go ahead and do it anyway. Yeah, no problem pulling up a hill. I do have probably an extra 10 pounds on the back of the bike, because of in case I get a flat, I got to make sure that I don't have to walk the bike too far home. I have the equipment to go ahead and secure the tires down. The accessories, that's another thing. The accessories that comes with this bike is pretty awesome. Now, let me go over a couple of the things that they really want to make sure they added value to your bike. So not only do you get this bike now, today, if you're, or this during this promo for $12.99 if you use the promo code, but you also get this bag here that's mounted on the middle, which is already a cell phone holder and a holder hold your keys, your wallet, and everything on it very securely to the bike. Keeps your cell phone visible if you need it for GPS tracking, or like right now I'm using it for speedometer. You also get a alarm, the emotion alarm. Now, those emotion alarms actually aren't like really high-end sophisticated, but they do their job. The whole thing is somebody touches your bike, it gives them a warning, or I don't know what this is, I gotta go put that thing on, but it actually will allow you to know if it's like in your garage, if someone's touching or messing around with your bike, or even at a bike rack. So that's, I mean, that just the thought that they put into that extra value. You know, you're getting probably already between those two is like $60 or $50 worth of stuff. And then they also come with a cable lock, you know, and it's a combination cable lock. So even that, those are resettable. You can put your own combination, you know, once you get the thing set up and going on that. So that's what, another 20 bucks on top of that. I mean, and I don't know if you saw the unboxing video, but the cap that I was wearing, that also came with this bike, so that was really nice. What else did? Now the bike itself, like I said, gearing is your standard SIS. A lot of bikes use this shifter that's here. Works great. You know, you have it on all the high-end bikes as well. And this has also suspension with lockout and preload, also available on it. And again, we're going to go into all of this a little later in the video, but for the maiden ride, I just want to kind of give you guys an overview. The sleek design with the battery and a fast charger, a 3-amp charger to it, and also don't forget it's a 52-volt battery, which means it'll give you more torque than a lot of the 48, depending on how you have your unlock settings put onto this. So that's pretty cool as well. Already, I mean, this is the bike I know my friends are going to want to ride and fight over as well, with everything that's on it. I don't know. I am so. Anybody who is looking for a bike now, I'm going to tell you right now, take advantage of the deal. This is definitely going to be one of the top bikes I would recommend people go ahead and consider, especially if you're a shorter rider, even like myself. Yeah, worth it all the way through and through. Yeah, this is a very smooth ride, but also, like I said, the positioning of me, the way I'm sitting up on this thing, if you have a bad back, I'm going to tell you that's another thing. I mean, the ability to bring your handlebars this much closer, as big as this bike is, it's not an oversized bike for someone even my size. And I don't have a long arm reach, to be honest. And the seat, you know, the seat is actually wide. It's not like a high-end comfort seat, but it is a seat I don't think you really need to replace. Plus, when I'm bouncing like this, the front shock is absorbing a lot of that. I mean, a suspension seat post might add a little more comfort to it, but I don't think you really need to. What's the thing. Getting a Magicycle bike like this, you won't have to really buy a lot of accessories and add-ons. Now, the only add-ons that you're going to see on this when I do the overview is the camera mount, of course, which is, of course, just to do this video. But other than that, other than the bag I have on the back, which is optional if you're only going to be using it for carrying loads, it comes with a bungee strap too. By the way, that's another thing. I mean, the bungee strap that is actually integrated to fit well with the actual rack. I'll show you guys that too. That's pretty darn cool. I wish I was a little bit prepared to do this initial video, but I'm just so excited that I got to tell you guys, you definitely want. Some people tell me I'm overselling some of the bikes that I get to review, but you know what? If it wasn't a good bike, I wouldn't tell you to go buy it. Seriously, I wouldn't. And like I said, tomorrow morning I'm going to be riding with some friends, adding it to these clips as well. They're excited to. I told them this bike was coming, so that they're excited to go ahead and give it a shot too, because you know they're experienced riders, and but not with e-bikes. So this is something that they're going to want to go ahead and say. Let's go ahead and go ahead and go and get so much glare. All right. Okay, guys, I'm really sorry if the audio is a little bad. It's just the mic that's from my phone itself, but I wanted to go ahead and I was so excited. This is the first ride that I got on it. I just got to say, I got so excited with this ride. I just need to make sure that I kind of record that excitement that I'm having with this, because this is just an awesome bike. It's worth every penny right now. If you are able to grab this deal that they still have it, I would go ahead, because I don't think they can keep the price down. They were expecting to go ahead and bring the price up to $14.99, $15.99. So, and that's going to be comparable to bikes that look similar or even have the same specs of 750 watt motor with a 52 volt battery in it. This bike is a 26-inch full-size fat tire bike, and for a guy that's 5'5" like me, typically it's a bike that would be actually out of range or too big. But one thing that Magicycle did that was really good, so those of you, not necessarily even my height, but I'm talking about somebody who is actually even taller. One of the great things about this bike is the handlebar. It has a lot of range to bring the reach closer. And to me, once that range got closer, this seat is actually, the height of it is okay for me already. I mean, I can't sit and put my legs down, but that's not how you're normally supposed to really technically ride anyway. I will actually raise the seat probably about an inch or half an inch, again, like I was saying earlier. And then what I would do is get my full leg extension, because it is sized enough for a guy my size to be able to. I have a 29-inch inseam, 30, maybe 29 and a half shoes on. So for those of you with inseams similar to that, you can do that. Now, granted, this area right here between the seat and the post here is where I do get stop and rest. So it's a little tight in this area here, but there is no bar that is actually like putting a heck of a lot of pressure up on me. So it's still comfortable, and it's a safe ride, and I can easily get on, even though I have a hard time swinging my leg over. If I was to go over this, I don't have to. I can put my leg through here well enough. So that's actually really cool too. And I'm gonna have like one of my buddies go ahead and film me getting on and off and actually show the ride from the outside view of this. But like I said, I wasn't really prepared. This is just to go ahead and get the bike ride ready, and it was too much fun. I just couldn't help it. Oh, by the way, here's what I'm talking about, the bungee cord that comes with the bike. The assembly was actually pretty easy. I didn't use any instructions. Like I said, guys, honestly, this is still, I think, one of the best deals out there for a full-size fat tire bike if you're looking at one. I mean, you think about it, a Rad Rover is now at $19.99. This bike is, honestly, I'm gonna say a lot more powerful. Especially with a 52-volt battery, and the high-end peak output that you're going to get on this bike can't be compared to that. The guy who put it together, or is the owner of the factory of this, is he's super experienced in building so many different bikes and designing bikes. In fact, he's actually won awards for some of his designs. For now, I'm going to head home. Like I said, I just have to do some minor brake adjustment. But this is the maiden ride of the Magicycle, and let's see what videos we'll be able to put out tomorrow. I have the bike in pedal assist 1 right now, and it's kind of cruising again. It's actually it stays on a higher level than most other bikes that I've been on. This is actually doing 11 miles an hour. This is one of the few bikes that the speedometer seems to be maybe half a mile per hour lower than what the GPS reads. A lot of the other bikes actually give a half a mile per hour higher, which is interesting. I mean, I don't know if even the GPS is accurate or not, but that's just a side note. That's what I'm noticing. So PS1 does about 11.5 miles an hour, or 12. PS2 brings me up to 14 miles an hour, 14 and a half. Yeah, about 14 and a half miles an hour. Maintains about there, and then that's what the GPS also says, right? And PS3, we got it going up to 16 or 17 miles an hour. That's actually 17 and a half, 18 on the GPS on the phone. And this here, we are now on PS4 at 20 miles an hour, or 21. Now, I don't know how much difference it's going to actually make by going from PS4 to 5, since I'm already at the highest point. Yeah, 5. It did a push, but it drops back down. Okay, then, so I'm still not getting at 20 miles an hour. So that, I mean, that's like where it's actually capped at, because it's not unlocked yet. So PS6, again, you feel another boost that goes up there, goes up to 22 or 23 miles an hour. Then kind of crawls its way back down at that point here. Then you push up to PS7. One last boost again, and then it kind of pulls back down there. Let's go ahead and we'll slow it all the way down and then throttle all the way up. So from almost a dead stop here, go ahead and pick up how much watts. 900. Okay, so that's what it actually peaks out at when it comes stock out of the box. So you'll get a 900 watt reading that'll actually push it out there. So I'm just curious to know if I do a PS1 and then I do a throttle, full throttle, how much wattage it'll put out. Oh, also 900. I'm not disappointed in anything I said earlier during their pre-promotion video that I talked about it. But you just don't get the movement when you use the throttle.
a little bit lower, 25, 6, 7, 8. 26.
All right, thanks so much for watching all the way through this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and don't forget to comment. I'd love to hear what you guys thought about the bike, if you're picking one up, and if there's anything I can also answer before I put up the next video. I mean, put your comments below, let me know. And thanks again for watching. I will see you guys in the next video.